and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, welcome back to AussieVerse, where we are discussing all of the comic book news and pop culture related topics. I am OmniBeau, joined by, let's see if we can go around this way. We are joined by Sizzle, that Comx dude, Mark, Grodd, Watson, MadSpidey, SimpleSimon, and the sheriff around these parts, Sharif. How are you guys going?
Good, mate.
Really good.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Don't you love saying living the dream to somebody? Because then they always turn around and say the same thing. Not my dream. If you guys are brand new to the show and you do not recognize MadSpidey or SimpleSimon, then I implore you to go check out their YouTube channels respectively. Here is MadSpidey's link, which you can go catch in the comments. The description, and also his Instagram. And we then have the multicolored head Simon over here. Here's his link, also in the description. And that's about all I've got to say about that. We are close to 400 subscribers. We are close, but we are not close enough. Once we get there, we are going to be giving a $100 Amazon gift card to some lucky winner that we will probably do the same way that MadSpidey did, because I'm an old school, put the name on the bucket and drag it out sort of kind of dude as well. I'd love to do a SimpleSimon duck race, but I don't know if I could.
Well, I used to do the.
I stole the idea from him.
I did 10 of them, mate. I did so many giveaways, and I was like, the last one was like, duck race is the new thing, mate.
So please, if you are watching the show and you're not subscribed, please do. And if you know other people that might be interested, please give us, as Mr. Burns would say, ahoy hoy. And you can also find us on Instagram, AussieVerse_comics and collectors, as well as our A51_designs, who does all of the thumbnails and all of the editing. That is enough of the plug-in. Let's get down to the loving. And the first comment we have is from a mysterious Facebook user. What's going on, guys?
What's up, legends? Wow.
Sharif, I dig the shirt. Is that a Fantastic Four Future Foundation?
That's right. FF.
I've got my superior Spidey on.
Nice.
I've got my Rick Flag in The Suicide Squad.
Yes.
This is the t-shirt he wore in the movie. Well, no.
Okay.
And it's so funny because I didn't know what that was the first time I saw it with Mark. And then he sent me a picture. And he's right, it's the exact same shirt.
Yeah. I don't know what it says in whatever the Maltese. It's in different language, but yeah. It's like a Bugs Bunny, rip-off of a Bugs Bunny that he got from the army.
Gee. Well, first order of business, I'm giving out a birthday. Is it someone's birthday here?
It's coming up, isn't it?
No, I believe it's someone's birthday.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Is each square not going to put their hand up and say, hey, it's my birthday, Ryan P5850?
Well, it's not my birthday, but I'll take it.
Yeah, you damn well will, mate. It is Comx's third birthday. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, exactly on Friday. So, yeah.
Wow. What originally happened? Like, how did you get into this show? Like, what was the first sort of vision when you first got into this? Would you have people involved or?
No, it was just me. And one morning I woke up trying to figure out how to find. All it was my collection, my comic collection of mainstream comics. I was having trouble finding stores to fill my gaps.
Yep.
Yeah, so I made a site and researched all the Australian. Well, what it was is I went, I'm going to find all the shops around Australia. And then I went, well, this is really useful. So maybe I should make a site. I'm a web developer, so I'll just make a dirty site, quick and dirty. And I put all the shops that I found around Australia on it, so you can find them by location of where you are. And if you want to find if your local shop didn't have what you wanted, you could look at a shop somewhere else. And then it just evolved from there. I found out the shops did events, so I started advertising the events they did. Then I found out at the events there were indie comic creators, and I just sort of went, what the hell? Australia has a comic scene? And that's what the whole thing turned into then. It just became about the Australian comic indie scene. So, yeah.
How quickly did it spiral? Did sort of like how do you get some more people? How quickly did you get friends and people involved yourself and stuff like this?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. A studio has been the Comx Studio, which is the publisher side of Comx. That's been going for about 2 years, and so somewhere in that year it snowballed because I was trying to publicize indie creators and so forth, and someone came up with the idea for a calendar to sell a calendar that had 12 different artists. We got such a good response, we ended up doing an 18-month calendar, and we decided, well, what else can we do to help publicize people? What if we publish the works of people who have troubles publishing their own work, some other people who just want to publish short stories. And so Comx Studio was born, and that's when it just snowballed from there. It just and that's when I started doing the show on the Friday nights. Comx Studio was the reason for that show, and it's just become its own thing now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it is what I like to call the Australian comic book best friend, because it has absolutely everything that you could ever want to find out about Australian comics and Australian comic creators.
Yep, that's what I'm trying to achieve. So we've got 140 creators so far on the site, and I know there's a hell of a lot more than that. So I'm slowly trying to build up a place to. Well, that's my personal one, so that's not a lot of help. It's actually it's YouTube, and it's just Comx. So the Comx net AU as one word. So
hang on.
Get your shit together.
And plus, it just makes it easier too. I mean, like we're all curious if there is creators here in Australia or in.
I don't know what that is.
So I have copy and pasted. Oh my god, I am
Copy and paste in the comments.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, I'll go in there and I'll use the banner for it.
I've got it here. Oh wait, but I can't post in the.
Yeah, you haven't got any moderators.
Yeah,
Only
okay.
moderators.
I'm a moderator, so yeah.
Okay, you can do it.
And I believe you met Lee from Whack Comics on the weekend.
You poor
Yes,
bastard.
I did. I hung out with him for a good chunk of Saturday, actually, and that was pretty awesome, to be honest.
And you
He
still
was a
had
lot of fun, very informative, and really nice guy.
And you're still sane.
And you still had your wallet afterwards?
Yes, I did. I kept a very tight clutch on that. So yeah.
Not that Lee would actually ever.
No. He was a lot of fun, and he actually wanted a Comx cap, so he scored one of those over the weekend.
Another one for you, Mark.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, well, Shane, that was great to hear. Let's move on to SimpleSimon, because he uploaded a video today about his weekend, about an event that I didn't even know existed, and my partner was very upset. What was that?
It was Crunchyroll Expo. That's the one. It was it's not really. I'm not a huge anime guy, but Sarah is, so like And obviously, I wanted the opportunity to make a video. The problem is because normally at the conventions, I make the interview videos where I interview cosplayers, but because I've been sick all week, Sarah didn't think it was a good idea, and I still wanted to do it. But then I got there, and I was still pretty sick, so I was like, I probably shouldn't be talking to people. So I didn't do it. But I wish I did now because obviously, I don't know if you guys saw it on the news, but they oversold by 3,000 tickets apparently.
Oh.
And there were people that were there from like 11 in the morning that missed out. They got told I think it was going to be up to 4-hour wait. And then after 4 hours, they're like, sorry, we ran out of wristbands and things like that. So people weren't very happy. So I'm really pissed that I didn't take the opportunity to make the interview video because I would have just gone outside and interviewed everyone in the line and be like, hey guys, what do you think of the first Crunchyroll Australia? And it would have been awesome.
You suck.
So, but yeah, look, it was a really weird convention actually. Like I've got a headache still from it because it was so loud. Like I was in there and I noticed straight away, I was like, why is this convention so loud? I'd never been to one so loud before. It was like 5 concerts were going on at the same time. So, but I'm glad I got to experience it considering so many missed out. So.
I'm definitely going to go next year.
And you saying that you're not that much into it, and then those people that stayed there at 10:30 in the morning.
I mean, what are you talking about? I love anime. Look, love anime. What are you talking about?
Legion.
But yeah, no, it was a good weekend. Hey, Legion, what's up?
Legion, when are you coming on the show, my friend?
Yeah, shout out to my boy Mark.
Fandom happens here, yes. Very nice.
Yeah,
there we go.
And now we go to the looks of the group. MadSpidey.
Nice segue.
Sorry about that.
I'm flirting
And I love it.
What have you got to share with us lately, mate?
Oh, not a great deal, actually. I've got a ton of stuff here that's turned up in the last few days that I need to do videos for, so there will be some content coming out shortly, including mystery box I just received today, and I literally finished filming and editing it literally before I jumped on here. That's why it was like almost 2 minutes to start time.
Wait, is it your Southern Comic Geek mystery box?
Yeah.
I'm very scared about the random DC and indie books you're about to unload on me.
I did happen to mention that too.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool slab that I got in the box, but not something that I want. So I'll either give it away, or use it for a giveaway or something like that. But yeah, you'll have to check out the video to see what I got.
Ooh, slab.
And it's a signed slab.
Oh wow!
But that is all I will say for now.
I'll give you $50. I'll give you $50.
Hey, it's a 9.8. You got to give me more than that.
51.
Maybe 60.
Yeah, we're doing an auction now for it.
I got 53.
Then it ends up being like a Turok 1 or something like that. Yeah. Yes, I'll also haven't done a pop vinyl haul for a long time. Not everybody's into pop vinyls, but I finally picked up my stuff from my good mate Andrew at Pop Toys in Moorabbin, which obviously we're all Aussie guys, so we're going to know, all the Melbourne guys will know where Moorabbin is anyway.
I literally moved away from that suburb, and you're telling me there's a pop place there.
Yeah, he's been there for a couple of years. He used to be in Brighton.
I don't know how I missed that.
And yeah, there's a couple other parcels and bits and pieces here that I need to do videos for as well. So there will be some content coming out this week, as long as I can get rid of this fucking cold. But I'll press through anyway.
Stop making out with Simon.
No, you
Simon
can't
on
afford
Simon action.
Sharif, any bits of news that you have for us about your own personal collections or buying habits in the last week?
I've started this thing called a budget.
What's that?
Exactly. Who knew, man? But, no, just past couple of weeks, I've been stripping my hardcover books.
I'm glad you added that extra bit in there.
Yeah, it's just like 1 second pause over there. But yeah, stuff that should have come out as an Omni but hasn't. Just stripping about hardcovers and stuff to put together. For example, Matt Fraction's Invincible Iron Man, the 2 hardcovers. It's gonna be an Omni now.
Awesome. What about you, Grodd?
Well, I guess to bounce off that, we do have a custom binding book or custom books that Sharif video coming out soon. So we're busy, but yeah, not too much. I did hear a mate message me or Snapchatted me that there was a comic book convention on in Bendigo apparently this weekend.
It's been and gone last weekend.
Yeah, it was on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, that's why he Snapchatted me. You can't Snapchat me in the future.
I'm not that technically advanced.
So
I'm on dial up.
I only just recently discovered that. I was around that area at the time. I would have actually gone and checked it out, but yeah, I didn't know. But not too much, guys. So comic book reading onto the comic book news, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
we've got plenty to talk about.
Before we do, I do want to say big thank you to Sharif today, because I got a package from him that I will be unveiling in the next haul video. But let me just say that he made me a very happy man today. So thank you, Sharif.
Did he strip to make you happy?
It was just a dick pic. Okay, let's get down to the comic book news.
Legion, mate. You can't get anything past Legion. He knows.
Yeah,
he's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, man. My favorite T-shirt.
We had D23 recently. How did you guys feel about those announcements? Who wants to start talking about those announcements?
I guess I'll start. Thunderbolts. We got an announcement of a roster.
Yep.
So the roster is going to be obviously Yelena as the leader. You got Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, US Agent, Taskmaster, and
Ghost.
That's the last one, I think.
Yep.
So yeah. Apparently, maybe a couple more announcements of it that haven't been revealed. What do you guys think of this roster? Does it feel like
nothing about
Thunderbolts?
Where the hell is Zemo?
There's been so many lineups of Thunderbolts. They could have picked some better characters.
I thought it was just all the characters that were not killed at the end of their movies.
They kind of all got the same redemption story, don't they? None of them are really villains.
I was expecting Abomination.
Yeah.
The other thing that somebody actually posted I saw of was a picture of all of them there. And besides, I think Ghost and there was like a secret, another character there that you couldn't really tell who it was. All the rest of them have the same, like fighting, like they're all just fighting brawler types.
Yeah.
There's no like special powers or, or anything like that. They're all pretty much the same sort of character.
That's why I'm hoping they upgrade Ghost a bit, because I'd never known Ghost, the character, until I read Thunderbolts. And that was obviously one of the later incarnations of Thunderbolts. And I freaking loved Ghost, man. Like, he was such a freak. He was this dude that just, like, was so paranoid about the government and things that he never left his artificial body, And that's why I was so pissed off with it, because it was such a different take on Ghost. Well, yeah, Taskmaster, not.
Well, we want to see it.
Yeah, that's the other
Anthony
thing.
Masters. We want to see an Anthony Masters, though, don't we? Sort of Taskmaster. But,
Yeah. I don't know how they're bringing back Taskmaster, really. Like, does anybody give a shit about Taskmaster after finding out who Taskmaster was in the MCU?
Maybe they'll change it up because I don't think anyone liked it. So maybe they'll change it up, and that'll be the big surprise.
So
And
the
Taskmaster will be the best.
comic Taskmaster is wicked,
Yeah,
Exactly.
the comic Taskmaster is awesome,
but
but the movie was shit.
yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting choice, and it didn't hit its mark. And I'm a massive Taskmaster fan myself. So,
Yeah. But am I right? It's all the villains that didn't get killed. Like, is there any other villains that are alive that aren't?
Zemo.
Zemo, yes, true.
Yeah, true.
Apart from Zemo?
I'm still hanging on that Killmonger's still alive.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't blame you for that one, even though you're wrong.
What a shock.
Hey, nobody ever died. Nobody ever is really dead. Remember that.
Yeah, the Mandarin, that's another one.
Yeah, that's true.
Not that you can really call him the Mandarin. He was just some
Mm.
pommy git playing a stupid role.
No, from Shang-Chi, he means.
Oh, from Shang-Chi.
What about Baramoto? I mean, like, he's still around.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a part of it, though.
He's fantastic. He wouldn't be great for Thunderbolts, but he's fantastic.
Simon, I just realised you're both Simon. Simple Simon, who would you have on the team? Is there anybody that you can think of that you'd want?
I don't know anything about the Thunderbolts, man. So to me, I was just like, okay. Like when they showed the lineup, I was like, okay, but I don't know. I literally don't know anything about them at all.
Marvel Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
It's either villains or anti-heroes that generally join Thunderbolt. So people like Punisher and Elektra and that have been part of Thunderbolt.
Yeah, I was going to say Punisher's the only person I can think of. What like who is the original lineup in the comics of Thunderbolt?
Oh God.
Well,
Did you want to start that conversation?
Things changed a lot.
I know. It was in Incredible Hulk 449. I know the first issue it was.
Yeah, I know the cover, but
I haven't got that book yet.
When the Thunderbolts first came out, it was during Onslaught, X-Men's Onslaught, where the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and the Avengers all apparently died, which, as we know now, they were transported to another dimension, right? So there was no superpowered team on Earth anymore. So these villains decided to pretend to be superheroes, and they came dressed out as the Thunderbolts. And it wasn't until a few issues later that you got the big reveal that, yeah, they're actually all villains dressed up as superheroes.
like villains that everyone knows, though, right? Like big characters. Okay.
Yeah, like Zemo, for example. He was Battalion V or something. What's his name?
Citizen Z.
Citizen V. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
V.
V. Yeah, but my favorite one was actually Beetle, because Beetle was always a Spider-Man villain, and he became Muck 1, like Iron Man. He would always upgrade his armor until it became like Mark 8. So it was a real change for the character.
So you had Hawkeye lead it for a fairly big chunk too, didn't you? So he was sort of the Rick Flag of it, just sort of the good guy leading them and sort of stuff.
Well, he's in the newest iteration of Thunderbolt.
Yeah. Well, the one in Devil's Reign as well, there was Taskmaster in it, and there was Rhino was another one, and Whiplash. Yep. But obviously Whiplash and Rhino are dead, aren't they? Or did Rhino die?
Rhino died, but from memory he was cloned, I think, maybe from the clone. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Sizzle? If you could pick a MCU villain, who would you have on Thunderbolts? If there's any left.
was going to say, haven't they used all the ones that are still alive?
All right, well, then let me change the question. If you could put anybody on the team, who would it be?
Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, it's been a long time since I've read Marvel, so
There we go. There's the new.
Oh, New Thunderbolt.
That's like super new. That book came out like 2 minutes ago. It's a Nakayama cover, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan, are you talking about like the bit that I just mentioned where they're heroes? Because if so, that'd be the first omnibus. If it's something else, let us know, dude. So yeah, man, I just want Marvel to make a movie and say this is how Suicide Squad should have been.
Look, I don't mind the roster. I mean, like, obviously, Red Guardian's going to bring the comedy aspect of it, and
yeah,
there's some pretty cool fighters in there. I guess we all just want Zemo in it. I think that'll be kind of cool, but maybe they have other plans for him, or maybe he's going to be and just not announced.
Could that cast be just the initial iteration of the team?
Yeah.
Midway through, and you'll introduce some new characters to join up.
100%. Let's hope. But as I said, the roster's pretty good as it is. But yeah, I'm fine with it. But
It's definitely an ever-growing, rotating roster, so anything could happen, pretty much.
It's actually a great way to introduce brand new villains, isn't it?
yeah, agree.
It is, yeah.
Like you could just have like
First kill half of the team, and then
you could just have the full of villains, and they just show a few, and they're like, maybe one day, you know, like the Amanda Waller of Marvel walks down like the booths and she sees all the villains. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, just like you said, though. I mean, like James Gunn did to the Suicide Squad. He brought out characters that people haven't even heard of. We got Polka Dot Man, we got Weasel, or something like that. Just pull something out that no one would have ever expected.
Yeah.
It would have been kind of cool. Good opportunity for it because it's just a villains team.
I'm excited to see fucking Julia Louise-Dreyfus. I love her. I think she's hilarious.
Elaine.
Yeah. In the Marvel universe now.
Yeah. I tell you what, she still looks amazing for her age.
Yeah.
and I love how they've not overused her yet. It's just sprinkles here and there, just hiding in the background, pulling strings.
Yeah.
She's got the attitude and the sarcasm and the sassiness to her as well. I think she's a great pick for it. Like you don't want to mess with her. She's got that sort of aura about her.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a badass, and she knows it.
Captain America, New World Order. Did you hear what character is coming back in that movie?
He's a bit of a leader, isn't he?
He's a bit of a what?
Leader.
Yeah, that was a horrible joke. Absolutely.
I'll show myself out.
Yeah.
I have been waiting years to see this guy come back. And it's funny because I actually don't like the actor that much, but I just want cohesiveness, you know?
Who's the character?
Yeah.
Do you remember the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie? Did you actually see that?
Oh no, I haven't seen it. But
Okay.
Oh,
Mr. Blue?
I haven't seen all the MCU movies, mate. Calm down. I just
the
watched
leader.
the important ones.
He's called the leader, so yeah, I don't know too much about him.
Okay.
So, Simon, one of the Hulk's biggest villains is the leader. And he's just this green dude with like a giant fucking head. And he's just always been a thorn in Hulk's side. And MadSpidey, when did Hulk come out, you reckon? 10 years ago? More?
Oh, and the Edward Norton one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
15 years ago, I reckon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it'd be mid
Norton one, yeah, for sure.
Mark, when did it come out? Mark will know on the chat.
I was working at Blockbuster back then, so it would have been like 2003 3 or 4 even.
No, that's what Miss
Yeah.
Marvel.
No, that's
Would have
was
been
it
mid.
Ang Lee's.
Actually, wait, no.
Nah,
did
that's
watch-
the Eric Banner one. No,
Yeah,
we're
I
talking
did
the
watch
Ed
that one.
Norton.
Sorry, that was
2008.
the one when I was
Yeah.
working
There
at
you go,
Blockbuster.
2008. Yeah.
2008. Oh wow.
2008.
So it's still,
Yeah,
still a long time ago.
So we have waited since 2008 for this character to come back. And as I was saying, Simon, in the movie, just like She-Hulk, I'm assuming you're watching She-Hulk.
I am watching She-Hulk.
You know how in the MCU she becomes She-Hulk by getting some of his blood in her. In the Incredible Hulk movie, a drop of his blood goes into the head of this individual,
So he just has a big head.
and you see his head.
So I can look this up.
It's
The lead.
it's very similar to Hector in Green Lantern because he's just a massive head as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it becomes Parallax or whatever it is.
No, Hector, who
Right, so I hated that movie.
Hector Hammond. But
just
uh,
has a massive head.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big
no,
head.
but Spidey's right. He had a little bit of parallax in him
In the movie.
because the eyes.
Yeah,
turned
I'm
yellow,
trying not to remember that much.
Wait, so he was actually in the Edward Norton movie, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his character was Mr. Blue or some. They
Yeah.
were communicating in code.
Yeah.
And Bruce was Mr. Green,
Mr.
I think.
Green, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about the Incredible Hulk movie, then go check out our video through the MCU Part 2.
He's a good guy in the Incredible Hulk movie. Like he's helping them. Obviously, he must turn evil.
Yeah.
That's an interesting sort of thread, isn't it? Kind of looking forward to that.
One of the other characters that I'm looking forward to seeing because it was a character that I saw as a kid, and my dad would point it out because anything Jewish, my dad would point out and try to make a big deal about it, saying, "Hey, we're being represented." And it was this character called Sabra, which was the Israeli superhero, and she appeared in a few Incredible Hulk issues, and they just announced that character is going to be in, I think it's Secret Invasion, the TV show.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Which is a
Seen
good
the trailer
segue
as well.
to Secret Invasion.
Yes.
That's the only trailer that I watched.
Hey,
actually.
go.
So, what do you think of it, Simon? The trailer?
Looks interesting again. I haven't read the book. I'm not a big Marvel guy, so I don't know a lot of the history of Marvel or DC for that matter.
Well, pretty much in a nutshell is, they're trying, I suppose the easiest way to do it is massive Skrull invasion. So they can transform into anybody, and like talking to, I think pretty much, quote me if I'm wrong, to like a DNA sort of level as well. So I can't remember the full story because I actually did read Secret Invasion back in the day. Shut up, Simon.
The
No
last thing
comment.
he read.
But I can't remember. Somebody could tell the difference, but I can't remember or how they worked out how you could tell the difference. I can't remember.
There's a big sort of uproar of Emily Clark's character. Is that an actual significant character? They've mentioned her, and
I was told she was the Skrull Queen, which
that's it.
I don't think is right because
it doesn't feel like it.
in the trailer, like why would she just be a normal civilian if she's the Skrull Queen? And
What is it?
if it's a twist, then you've just ruined your own show by telling everybody. So there's
Exactly.
something about that.
So with all of this going on, who do you trust?
Nobody.
Well, that's the best part about it, isn't it? I guess that's the most exciting part.
Secret Invasion was my favorite Marvel event because it was just so all-encompassing, with all of the universe. It was just awesome, man. I loved it. And it's going to be really interesting to see what they do in the Marvel Universe because fans of Secret Invasion always assumed it might be a big event movie like the future Kang Dynasty. And because fans like myself had theories that was like maybe it wasn't really Iron Man that died. Maybe it was the Skrull Iron Man that died.
Oh.
And that's how you can get Tony Stark back, Robert Downey Jr., or the possibilities were endless. But now that it's a TV show, it's a bit like I don't think the stakes are going to be as big.
Very true.
Mm.
I think it's going to just sort of stay on its own, in that there's only going to be like little reveals, like maybe an agent is is a Skrull. That's about as far as I'll probably go.
Yeah. I think Legion of Comics is right, but I'm hoping he's wrong.
I'm just waiting to see how all of these TV series, just come together and finally reveal one big story that ties up everything. I don't know. Yeah.
And like Iron Fist.
I watched Thor the other night.
For the first time.
The Love and Thunder I watched because it came out on Disney, so I missed it at the cinemas, so it's probably a good thing. But
What are your
I
thoughts?
didn't like it.
I thought it was funny. Like I can understand why people, comic book fans got so mad, but I laughed a lot in it. You know what I mean? Like there was some pretty silly. It was kind of lame. Like there was a lot of lame bits, and the storytelling of Jane Foster was very rushed. There was no. It just kind of all just gets splattered in your face. But I thought like there were some scenes with Gore that looked good. He looked like a scary character in some of those scenes when he's in the shadow realm or whatever it was.
Yeah, Christian Bale played. Hey, Dave.
Gore
Christian
storyline
Bale
was
played
amazing.
an awesome villain. He really did.
Yeah.
No, but I think Simon's right though. I think the whole Gore storyline and God, what was the thing you just said, Simon? I've just gone completely blank. What was rushed?
James.
Yeah, I think Gore and Jane were really rushed.
Yeah, it didn't make too much sense, and there was a lot of just forced comedy. Like there was funny bits, as Simon said, but yeah, it's just sort of all over the place. Which on to me next one. I noticed it just came up on Netflix, and I know you've seen it, Simon. But I finally, and I wanted to watch this in the cinemas, I never got around to it. I finally watched The Matrix.
What? Hey, wait, as in the new one?
The new one.
Oh, no, I still haven't seen it. I
haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Okay.
I want to. Everyone keeps, don't watch it, but it's like, I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing, right? Thor. I went into Thor with no expectations because everyone's been trashing it. So when you go into a movie like that, you're just going to watch it for what it is. You're not going to watch it because you want it to be good. It's like I spoke to Mark at Big City about it, and he's like, I enjoyed it. It was funny, but it destroyed the character for sure. But a movie, as the movie is on its own, it was funny and it was fun. But yeah, what they did with Thor in the previous movies was good. They kind of destroyed it all, is what he was saying about it. So,
yeah. No, I agree.
So the important question really has to be asked, and that is that one thing that was changed from the very first Thor movie that didn't continue on to the other movies, that I'd really like to hear your opinion of it, Sizzle, is do you prefer Thor's eyebrows being dyed blonde?
I didn't even notice that was a thing.
Yeah. Go back and watch Thor 1. His eyebrows are dyed blonde.
It's really hard to not notice.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch it. I don't remember being unhappy about it in the first one, but yeah. It sounds quite silly now you say it out loud, though.
You can't unsee it now.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I kind of like the screaming goats.
oh, they were kind of hard. Yeah, they were pretty hard.
Yeah, that was
I
once or twice was enough.
I got into it.
I love it. It's so funny.
I was like it was like a Family Guy joke for me, as I mentioned in for Love and Thunder. It was like at first it was like, oh yeah, whatever, and then it got on, and I'm going, all right, you've got me.
Awesome.
I've been searching all of the what was it, the edited out parts of Love and Thunder, and some of those deleted scenes were quite good.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Probably helped the story.
well, there was this one scene where Thor was in Jane's hospital room having a heart-to-heart, and then suddenly Zeus was behind the curtain.
Oh, no.
Yeah, search for it. This heaps now.
What? I'm gonna have to check these out.
Yeah.
I'll find out once my steelbook turns up from a certain retailer.
There's only one copy left at work.
No, I ordered it.
Okay.
Well,
That's
then you
what
guys are out of
I did.
stock.
Then it should be there.
That's all right.
So
So,
go to JB and grab that last copy before Simon does. Gotcha.
No, I've already ordered it, so I'm all right. It's on its way.
so on to another bit of news. And this one I've been dying to talk about, and we're a bit more on DC now. So, other fart noises. Constantine 2, Keanu Reeves.
This I'm actually
Go
excited
ahead.
for. I'm actually excited for this.
So, who wants to start off this conversation?
I've seen Constantine 1.
Yes,
Yeah, there we go.
one that started off.
Well,
Did you like it? Do you like Keanu
I
as
saw
Constantine?
Constantine. I saw Constantine at the cinemas when it came out, but back then I had no idea it was actually based on a comic book character. And I just kind of thought it was a weird movie. I was like, that was interesting.
Oh, nice.
But when I got back into comic books, I watched it again, and actually, I kind of dug it.
I'm very surprised that everybody's very happy about this because, yes,
Yeah.
Simon, we know you own every DVD in the world.
Yeah, go on. But
I'm
yeah,
surprised
people were so
everybody's.
excited because people didn't love the first one, right? He
Yeah,
didn't really portray the character to the best of someone's ability.
Look,
yeah.
I had
Reeves.
no idea who Constantine was in the comics, so I went in just watching him. That was my first introduction to the character. I liked it,
Same.
not to the
I
love,
love
but
the movie.
I liked it.
But that's the thing, Sharif. I liked it too until I liked Constantine.
I
You just
understand.
realize how different he is.
I understand exactly what Bo's saying because I do, in fact, as well, like the comic book version of Constantine better. I like the British, the smart ass and stuff like that. But if this is all we're going to get, I'm fine with it because Keanu did an okay job.
Has he always been British?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's interesting that. I mean, I'd love to see Keanu try to play a British Constantine. That would be awesome.
I want to see them bring back Shia LaBeouf as
Whoa.
Chaz.
That's one thing about the movie that it wasn't until years later that I actually realized that there was a bit after the end credits, which they were not very common for doing back in those days.
Yes, he came back to life as an angel or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it wasn't
I missed
until
that.
years later that I
That's
don't
how
know.
often the credits finished back then.
Yeah, like everybody, be like, oh, credits are on, you leave the movies or whatever, and that was it. There was no such thing as after credits scenes.
Sometimes you would wait. There were some movies that had them, but like you'd always back on VHS days, you'd like fast forward it, and then like you'd like hope for something.
After Masters of the Universe, I learned my lesson.
Right? Yeah, you stop at the end, doesn't he? So that's all.
The end of Constantine was awful. That angel was not. See, I don't even remember it, man. I've got to rewatch it again. I just don't remember it at all. I just
thought it was
remember.
cool.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it, but again, that was before I knew who Constantine was. If I'm going to watch Keanu Reeves in anything right now, it's going to be freaking DC Super Pets.
Yeah, dude.
It's good.
I've been saying for ages that I want Keanu Reeves to be Batman, and then when I found out he was going to voice him, I was like, "Oh, that's so funny." I've been saying that for a long time. No, I haven't seen it. I don't think it's a cinema type movie for me. I'm happy to wait for it to come out on streaming or something. If I had kids or something, maybe I'd take them.
Oh, I want to see it, man. I want to see it pretty soon because I reckon it's going to be hilarious.
It is. I can tell you that.
Oh, you saw it already?
Yeah, my kids loved it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you took your kids there, so you were just wanting to go by yourself. Come on, kids, let's go.
I don't think there was any other news from D23, was there? Most of it came out from Comic-Con.
Werewolf
Yes.
by Midnight.
I'm glad I picked this book up before the announcement. That's for sure.
I was prepared tonight.
How did you know?
I paid for the book like about 6 months ago, but yeah, like this thing was, well, hopefully it will skyrocket now. First appearance,
So, what do you reckon this show's going to be like? Because obviously it's a really unique trailer going to the old monster movie sort of days. Do you reckon the show's going to be like that?
Do you remember the old? Now I can't remember the number, but it was it Jane Wilder? No, yeah, Jane Wilder movie. It was like Frankenstein 3000 or something.
No. You're talking about. Oh man, I can't believe I'm watching this.
Something's Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's. Is it?
No. It was.
You're talking about Mel Brooks. Frankenstein. Yeah, with Willy Wonka. That was hilarious.
Yeah, Jane Wilder. That's what it's sort of, the feel of it sort of reminds me a little bit of.
So
I hope it's not going to be like that. Like I do love that movie, but I hope it's not going to be too campish, and they're actually going to make it a little bit of a horror type sort of thing.
Boys, it's not Frankenstein, it's Frankenstein.
There you go.
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the doctor, not the monster.
Yeah.
It is. Sharif, you just made me realise another. I'm going to go back into the previous conversation because you've made me realise with your pronunciation. The Sandman TV show. You're watching it?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
I've finished it.
Who is this character, Constantine?
Well,
Apparently that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. I remember
it's the same character.
I heard on a podcast they were saying apparently that's actually how you're supposed to say it. Constantine.
Officially in
Really?
Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, which is the first appearance of John Constantine, he actually says it in a panel. He goes, "It's not constant," and it said "teen," so TNNEN. He goes, "It's not that; it's time." So he actually you can see it in the words.
Oh.
So from this day forth, we all say Constantine. Right, guys?
Hell no.
Keanu Reeves, Constantine.
Constantine.
Okay, so is this female Constantine meant to be the exact same character as Constantine?
Well, her character is a like it's supposed to be like a great grandmother of John.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah, so I googled it when I was going like, is this but there is an actual official Jonah Constantine, but I don't think the Sandman sort of taps into that. But there was a flashback where she's alive
Becca.
for years, so yeah.
Right. Okay. Because that was confusing me.
Mm.
All right. Well, sorry. Back to the Werewolf by Night conversation. I'm sorry to steer you away from that. How excited are we for this show?
I actually think it's a good idea that, like I've said it before, like Guardians of the Galaxy, that was a really like left of field type, sort of decision to bring in Guardians when, if you're not unless you're fully into comics, hardly anybody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. Now, in saying that, the Guardians that I knew were the original lineup. Like I didn't even know about Star-Lord and Groot and Rocket and all that sort of stuff because that was not the original lineup. So the same thing again. They're going left of field again with Werewolf by Night, which I think is a good way to go. And in saying that, it's probably going to lead somewhere tied up into the upcoming Blade series or movie. So I think that they're dropping breadcrumbs.
What about Moon Knight?
Moon Knight possibly, but I think everybody's sort of Moon Knight. I think I don't think there'll be a second series because I don't think it's unless they dramatically change it, I don't think that's going to happen. To be perfectly honest.
Most
Yeah,
people love.
wasn't there an article saying that there was going to be a second season?
I think it's starting to get rumored that there is one. Yeah.
It will be.
Yeah, but then there's been sort of things that Oscar Isaac said, well, I don't want to do another season of it, and then some say he does, some say he doesn't. So it's
okay.
There's too many rumors floating around, like usual.
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
Right.
I always thought Manwolf would be the first werewolf that we'd see on screen, to be honest.
Yeah, but Manwolf has appeared in comics like as a. I suppose he's not as well known as, even though he's been out longer than Werewolf by Night. Only just, probably not as well known, I don't reckon.
It's like a pretty lazy way to sort of different that to a werewolf, isn't it? Like, we want a new character. He's going to be like a wolf, but we can't call him werewolf. Man wolf.
It's like Man Bat. We want another villain for Batman. Man Bat.
Where Batman is a man in a bat suit, where Man Bat's a man that's like a bat.
Bat in the man
Are we
suit.
confusing?
It's funny you bring that up, actually, because did you ever see the Just Imagine Stan Lee creating the DC universe?
Yeah, I know of the book. I've never read any of them, but
So they're doing a one-shot that was in the latest previews that comes out in sometime next year, and it's all of those characters that Stan Lee created in one single comic. So you've got Stan Lee's Batman, Green Lantern, Justice League, Superman, Shazam. I can't remember who else he created, and it's about $15.
a bunch of them.
Robin and some other. Didn't the first series had the Justice League as well?
Yes.
And it didn't. So this coming one shot is a continuation of that, or
this coming one shot is just single stories about
in that universe.
Yeah.
About
created. And like I said, it's apparently $15 for one issue. So you'd assume it's a thick book.
15 Australian dollars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
do you know what this means? I gotta sell the Omni and get the singles and put the new one shot in.
Just do what I plan to do, and when the single issue comes out, you just put it in the Omni.
Use it as a bookmark.
Yeah.
There's something else that came out of D23 that everyone keeps forgetting about.
Go on.
You're not going to say a Little Mermaid, are you?
No, I didn't watch that, but there's a new Star Wars starting in a week.
Oh, Mandalorian.
No, it was Andor.
Sorry, Star Wars guy.
Come on, guys, get it right. Star Wars. Andor starts in about a week.
I still
Yes.
But
still
no
have
one's talking
the
about it.
last two shows.
So like, oh, you haven't watched? Okay.
No. I've seen Mandalorian, but I haven't seen
Boba
Darth
or
Vader one. And yeah.
the Darth Vader one.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan,
It's the opposite
not
of
Darth Vader one.
Darth Vader's
Yeah.
the only character I care about in Star Wars. Oh, and Yoda. I like Yoda. Not this baby shit.
I like Luke, and it's cool because they've brought him back.
Yeah, there's talks about they want to bring a Luke series out too, don't they?
That's crazy if they do that. That is out of control.
It would feel
Are they
weird.
Are they going to use the same actor from the ending of Mandalorian 1 and just? Ooh.
I heard that too. And I'm just like, oh, it's just going to make me feel, it's going to feel weird.
It's really bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just give me a Yoda show, man.
Watch me, you will.
Did you hear the rumor that Jodie Comer could be Sue Storm? She's been considered.
Who?
So she's off. Remember Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I don't remember the girl.
You're talking about the computer chick that was helping him or whatever.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. What seems to add up to the age with the other guy from You. They're about the same age, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that guy from You is actually an accurate rumor because I like him.
Yep.
Oh, I heard about that rumor too. No, do not let him be Ben Grimm.
What about the Dino Riders movie?
Wow, really?
I didn't hear about that.
I'm hoping if I keep saying it, it will happen.
Okay.
Dino Riders.
If you dream it, it will happen.
This is like a Field of Dreams.
Dino Riders movie, man.
It's not like Candyman where you say it 3 times and he's going to appear.
Oh yeah, Dino Riders. Yeah, I haven't got anything else. What about you guys?
They replaced John Kent in the CW show. So what's his name? Michael Bishop is his name. I don't know if anyone's seen his photo, but he looks exactly like the actor that's acting as Jordan. So but yeah.
So I haven't seen any of it yet.
No.
How's that gonna work then? I think I saw a photo that's like of quite a distance away, not too sharp of a photo. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this new actor is gonna slip into the role after 2 seasons.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it probably had to be done because the original actor left for personal reasons. So had to do something about it. So, yeah, another opportunity for another person. So,
yeah.
Yep.
And the series is still going strong. The stories are still pretty solid.
I still enjoyed it.
I just don't believe you guys. I'm sorry. I really respect your opinion, but it's CW. I just no.
Hey, in saying that, I worked out because we, Beck and I only just subscribed to Binge and realized that I can now get the new episodes as they come out of Stargirl. And that is a great CW.
That's like I was about to say.
Oh, really?
I was about to say MadSpidey to Bo. Then I'm going to watch Stargirl and then get back to us if you don't believe CW is any good.
Yeah.
It's
so
good.
Mark, if you're still listening, I can watch the new season of Stargirl now. I don't have to wait. Because he loves it. He loves it as well, and it has been really good.
It's good.
Look, I give shit to the CW because it's the CW. But there has been a lot of good shit in these DC shows. It's just when you compare them to what you could be getting from other networks and all that, it's just very hard to sort of go with, this is the shows. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Well,
there you go.
I can understand where you're coming from if you're talking about the latest season of Flash, but dude, season 1, season 2, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. And look, to be honest with you, I really enjoyed the first few Flashes. I enjoyed the first 25 years of Arrow, and I enjoyed the first 18 years of DC Legends of Tomorrow. But then after that, it was just too much, man.
No, I agree. Like they're all solid to start with, and then they never turn out to be amazing. So you're right. It's hard to do with a little budget, I guess. So, but Supernatural was solid all the way through, and that's CW.
Yes.
I've been watching Supernatural since the start.
Carry on my wayward son. So,
That was well done, Johnny.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
I sell tickets. They're like $5 each.
Where do we pitch that into? You got to keep singing if we put it in.
Yeah, see, I do really want to watch Superman. It's just I watched the first 3 episodes or so, and I just couldn't get past this emo kid.
It doesn't get any better.
The poor emo.
With that aspect.
I'm Superman's son, and I've got powers, and the other one doesn't. You should be happy about that, bro.
Has anybody watched House of the Dragon yet?
Oh yes.
Not even season 1, episode 1.
I watched the first 3 episodes. I'm only 1 behind, and it's pretty full on.
I love it. I love it. I'm just so happy that we get to see Matt Smith in something good other than Doctor Who.
Yeah, because I didn't like him in Doctor Who. I didn't like him as a doctor. But he's actually playing this arrogant arsehole quite well, actually.
And judging by the silence, nobody else here is a Game of Thrones fan.
No, sorry.
Nope.
Okay, has anybody watched Rings of Power yet?
No.
I haven't watched that. I have not watched that yet, so I'd be interested to.
Not a Lord of the Rings guy.
You realise that you have your own pop culture channels where you talk about the latest news and things like that. Okay, see you later, Simon. I didn't mean to. That is why Simon's an absolute cunt. Oh, shit.
No, I actually sat back and I went back a page.
Oh, mate. I watched the first episode of Rings of Power, Simon, and I got to admit, it looked beautiful, it looked great, but I had no idea what the hell was going on the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested to. I'll still watch it for what it is because I love Lord of the Rings, but we'll see if I can stick it out or not.
Ryan, to answer your question, I was on the hunt for the rest of them, but then when you told me there was only 4 volumes, I kind of gave up because I realised 4 volumes of Game of Thrones comic books is probably like only up to episode 3 of Game of Thrones. So I went, nah, I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. Well, that's just about it.
Have you got one of your useless facts for us, Mark? You forgot last time I was on.
Otherwise known as very useful facts.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, useful facts. So, have I talked about ravens and crows?
No.
No. So they can. They're really one of the most intelligent. Well, they are the most intelligent bird going around. Apparently, they can tell. They go at like traffic lights. They can tell when it turns red and when it turns green that cars are going to stop, so they can fly down and pick it up, and they figure it out. And then they figure out patterns of humans, and when they go out of their house to go away, and then they'll pick away at their rubbish. They won't do it before they're in their house because they might shoo them away if they learn.
Wow,
sophisticated birds. So,
do you know the difference between the pair of them?
Ravens and crows.
Yeah.
Not too much. I think Raven's bigger, isn't it?
Crows can bring dead people back.
Oh, fuck you! That's exactly what I was going to say. Fuck! I thought I was going to be so smart with that, man.
Denied.
Okay, in all honesty, I don't know the difference between a raven and a crow, and I've always wanted to know. So what's the difference?
Not much, actually. It's in the beak.
Show them the ID.
It's in the beak. So one has got the slightly shorter beak. The other one's got a slightly longer with an extra bump on the top, and it's also the eye color.
So it's a crocodile. Okay.
It's a crocodile alligator sort of type thing. Yeah,
that's a pretty big difference. That's a nose and an eyes.
But from body wise, you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah,
Ravens are much bigger too. It says here.
Yeah. Ravens are heaps bigger, I think. And I heard like what's the turkey vulture? They get like their wingspan is like 2 meters.
Hang on,
Almost.
turkey vulture.
Turkey vulture, because that's the main vulture. That's
Hang on.
the turkey neck vulture.
Hang on.
We're talking about crows and ravens here.
I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that there's a bird called a turkey vulture. Is it a turkey or a vulture?
Well, it looks.
It's a vulture.
It is the vulture, but it's the one that looks like a turkey. So it's a turkey vulture.
So when it's
they call
picking at a dead corpse, it's like gobble, 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 just picking up at the dead corpse.
it.
I'm gonna get, if Remy finds this, Simon, I'm gonna get clipped for sure.
Oh my god.
There's different types of vultures. So there is a type of vulture, but the turkey vulture is the biggest one. So it looks like a turkey as well, but it's a vulture.
Bill shape.
It's a vulture.
And I'm done.
That's it for tonight. Thank you.
Oh, don't you dare, Remy. Don't you fucking dare.
Gobble.
I'm done now. No more streams for me.
God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on AussieVerse Comics and Collectors. This hour went by like that. To the Simons, thank you very much for joining us. And Sizzle, thank you very much for joining us. It has been great. Go on. All right. Is there anything you guys want to say before we go? Excellent.
Remy, delete it.
We will see you this Thursday for either Sharif's custom bound corner, the trilogy, or it will be a haul video, or it might just be me dancing like this for 5 minutes. I will let you vote in the comments of which video you want, and that is the one that will be uploaded. Thank you very much. I pressed that by accident. We will see you next Monday. Catch you later.
This show is sponsored by the Comx shop. Check out comx.cx for all things Comx and find out what Comx is all about. Then head over to comx.shop to pick up a variety of Australian comics from multiple creators and publishers, all for one flat postage rate. And don't forget to check out the Comx channel on YouTube. We hope you enjoyed the show.